Aerodrome Finance crucial price update. My bull, unfortunately, my bear price prediction. My name is Mikemadz. Let's start. Before I start the video, yes, as always, every single like matters, every single comment matters. I appreciate every single type of engagement and it makes a big difference. Let's stop wasting time, let's jump straight into it. Many people are lost and many people are very close of giving up. This is why I want to push out this video as fast as possible. Airdrome, now what? Unfortunately, something has to be said here, and unfortunately here, this lesson needs to be learned here by many people in this space. In my personal opinion, and this is not clickbait, the one and only real Airdrome contender, including price prediction, Airdrome bull and bear case. Unfortunately, we have to start looking at the bear case and bear price prediction as we speak, and what I'm personally thinking here, what happens here in the next couple of weeks and months here. Starting off with the Airdrome, now what? I'm sorry, but this has to be said here now. The harsh truth is, yes, well, those technicals here are amazing for Airdrome. If you want to really deep dive into the tech, it's actually brilliant, no question about that. Yes, we have the flywheel, we have the Dromos update coming, we have the merge, we have all those great technical things here. The harsh truth and the reality of crypto, and many people still need to learn this lesson, especially CT natives, price, guys, matters over tech here in this space. It is in this current time that we're in. Yes, of course, this can change in the future. Price goes over the tech. And more importantly, which I will show you shortly, market cycles and risk on versus risk off environments matter much more than any of this deep tech coding nerdy type of things here. Okay, so this is the unfortunate truth. If you want to accept it or not, it's your choice, of course. This can change in the future, but also in the reality here, most people care only about one thing and one thing only, and especially for Airdrome, it's only about the price. People want to make money. While those tech things can be amazing, price goes over everything. And this massive gap here between retail, normie users, and devs and CT natives is absolutely massive here. And in my personal opinion here, the reality is also Airdrome is just simply, if you zoom out, a high risk, highly speculative asset here. And if you look outside of crypto, this is absolutely the case here. Nobody is using Airdrome yet. While yes, in the crypto space, it's highly used, zooming out, okay, and really starting to wake up from this bubble that we're in, nobody's using it. It's a high risk, high speculative asset, and most people care only about the price here. Saying that shouldn't be taboo. This is just simply reality, and accepting this reality helps you navigate this market. And in my personal opinion, my point here is market cycle structure and risk on versus risk off goes over tech any time of the day. This is why we have to take a look at where are we actually in the cycle. And I will cover that shortly. Let me know in the comments below, do you actually agree, do you disagree? I'm curious to hear here. Now, before we get back to Airdrome, I want to cover this. And yes, this is not clickbait. And yes, I truly mean that. In my personal opinion, this is the one and only real Airdrome competition as we speak right now. And I'm talking about Hydrax. Now, before we get into it and before we get a little bit deeper here into the thematic, long story short, guys, just simply use them, okay? Use them and make your own picture here, build your own opinion. But recently here, I've been using them for the majority of my swaps here. Why? Because the user interface is simple. Finally, something that feels light, simple, is fast, and guarantees you the cheapest swaps here. So just simply, before we get into it, use them, build your own position, build your own opinion, and then we go from there. But also, of course, adding to that here, as always, guys, with every project, I take a look at the metrics here, okay? And the metrics compared to the market cap are absolutely in the right place here. As you can see here from this week, from November 20th to November 26th here, reward distribution already, it's a fairly new protocol, over $100K already distributed. We have a cumulative volume here of over $300 million and a TVL of over $16 million in TVL. For a fairly new launch protocol, those numbers are absolutely impressive. And you have to keep in mind, we are currently in bearish times, okay? Altcoins didn't go nowhere here this year. And you can only imagine in a bullish backdrop and in a real base season, those numbers should absolutely explode. And hopefully so does the market cap. Before we get to the price, just a brief reminder here. This current market cap and this current price structure is just simply, in my personal opinion, a result of this bearish environment, this risk-off environment that we're clearly in, and also that result is a result here of a fairly new launch. Usually those fairly new launches dump 70 to 80% first before getting to the price discovery. But this is why, in my personal opinion, now is the time. If you're bullish on them, now is the time to build a position. Not financial advice. Now, take a look at this post here from Fox McCloud because it's a great summary. Yes, guys, of course, there are structural differences between Aerodrome and Hydrax. It's not the same thing, but you have to keep in mind, guys, retail normies doesn't think this way. Retail cares about upside, and retail, of course, understands base and the blockchains itself. I'm not saying that retail is absolutely stupid and dumb. I'm not saying my viewers are not dumb, but the reality is those deep technical terms, majority of people do not care about. But showing you here why I'm so bullish on it, because it's a different thesis here than Airdrome. Why? Because you can almost look at Hydrax as a deep, real liquidity here, layer of base native also, because Airdrome is not going to be base native anymore here with this next update. Instead of competing on fee percentages or inflationary rewards, Hydrax is creating omni liquidity, unified modern infrastructure that sources liquidity across all protocols and assets automatically. So you have to keep in mind, yes, of course, there are differences. This is an omni aggregator liquidity hub of base. But one thing that actually made me jump on the project was this right here, the OKX DEX integration here. Why? Because whenever Hydrax offers the best route, trades will automatically flow through Hydrax pool. So this is actually structural adoption happening on base here. And if this doesn't make you bullish, that's absolutely fine. It certainly made me absolutely bullish on the project. This is why I want to cover it here. If you don't want to buy the token, that's absolutely fine. Or if you even have the token, in my personal opinion, now is the time to make use of those strategies. And as you can see here, if you have stables laying around or your ETH laying around and bleeding away in this market, guys, make use of the product. Why? Because security standards should be absolutely pristine. Why is that? Of course, I'm bullish on the team with their experience, but they also have official senior software engineers here as advisors here on board here. So it's a great investment thesis in my personal opinion. We only need one thing and one thing only: risk on environment, alt season to finally start showing strength here. In my personal opinion, this is one of the best 100x plus contenders here with the best risk to reward structures here at this current time as we speak here. Not financial advice here. As you can see here, all those metrics, the advisors, the team, the liquidity model still sitting below $5 million non-FDB. So again, just to show you the upside potential for those DEXs, I'm not saying this is happening, okay? This is not what I'm trying to tell you with this picture. I'm just visualizing you, showing you the upside here and how undervalued those tokens are currently in this risk-off environment. Not financial advice. I will cover Hydrax in the next couple of months here for sure, and we'll see how it goes, okay? Now, getting back to Airdrome here, and one of the most important parts here of this video, the bull price prediction and the bear price prediction as where we stand right now here, guys. Now, as you know, yes, we had this massive liquidation event, and many things here absolutely didn't go as planned here. I was absolutely wrong, okay? I was expecting much higher prices. I was expecting alt season, and everything looked great before this liquidation event. But now we have to take a look at also the bear thesis, and I will show you also why it makes sense to take a look at the bear thesis shortly here. Now, take a look at the bull thesis here first. The bull price prediction, in my personal opinion, without much explanation, as this video should be long enough, in my personal opinion here, if Airdrome somehow manages to get above the bull market support band, which should be around the level of $1. If this is the case, and if somehow the market flips bullish again, risk on again, and if macro environment allows for it, in my personal opinion, the max, why? Because time is running absolutely out. The max we can ask for here is the level around $4. Again, it makes sense here, especially if Ethereum starts moving. Okay, if you don't know how I get to those numbers, check out my prior videos. There is simply no time for it in this video. The bear case here is very simple. The bear case is that we, yes, get rejected off the bull market support band. Another rejection here that can bounce into, yes guys, this is possible. This is crypto. You have to wake up if you don't think this is possible. And why I think we go to these numbers? Because history shows you guys. History shows you altcoins can dump over 90% from the all-time highs in the bear. So for those people that say, hey, you throw out random numbers, guys, I don't have to do a technical deep dive explaining exactly why I expect those numbers. Just look in the past. Just look at Uniswap. Look at any major altcoin. They dump more than 90% in the bear market. And if this is the case, and if we are in a bear market, of course we go back into this range. Absolutely possible. Absolutely something you should be preparing for. And this will be an absolutely great entry for Airdrome if we are in a bear market. Now, coming to the end of the video and actually covering where I think we actually are heading here personally with my positions, guys, I have to show you this. Yes, there's many opinions right now on X. Yes, there's many opinions on YouTube right now, but opinions are opinions. I put those aside. I don't listen to those opinions. Of course, I listen to them, but I don't decide with my own portfolio what I'm going to do with my portfolio here, listening to those opinions. I simply stick to the facts. Why? Because it worked out here for me in the past. I ignored those facts in prior cycles. 2 cycles, I ignored those facts. Prior cycles, I ignored those facts. I got absolutely destroyed and wrecked. Hope is not a strategy, okay? As you can see here, every time, every single cycle, I'm not talking one cycle or 2, every single cycle where Bitcoin closed multiple weekly candles below the 50 week, it was game over. Time to pack your bags, and you would have been much better off removing all the commentary, removing all the opinions of people, selling and coming back 1 year later. Why? Because every single time we closed below the 50 week, the bear market was confirmed. Is this time different? Do you really want to bet on that this time is different? When you look at the past, and the past is telling you what happened here. It can be different, but just a factor to keep in mind. Now, even if it's not over, and let's say it's not over, this isn't the time here to sell. This is not the time to sell unless you're absolutely in anxiety, cannot sleep, etc. Then it's a different story. I've been there, I've done it. But this is usually not the time to sell, guys, especially in a fearful environment. The time to sell, because also if history repeats here, we usually have this massive dead cat bounces that make most people absolutely bullish again. And yes, in those dead cat bounces, altcoins can still have a mini alt season. Keep that in mind. And the upside can still be amazing. This is why I cover some microcaps still here on this channel. So this is not the time to sell. The time to sell would be in the creation of a lower high, confirming the bear, and then we go into the bear market, which usually, also statistically, should last 12 months. So keep that in mind. So personally, yes guys, personally, I think we went here from this euphoria. Now, some people might say, Mike, we didn't have euphoria. You don't have to have euphoria. Nobody says that you have to have euphoria. There's also tops here with no euphoria, especially with assets here that are over $1 trillion. Market structure can change, feelings can change, and buyers and sellers can change. So euphoria, we didn't have it with Bitcoin, but guys, there was certainly euphoria with some altcoins. Trust me on that. And I personally think here we are now in the process here of having this dead cat bounce. At this current stage, if things change, of course I will tell you, at this current stage, I'm leaning towards the fact here, yes guys, we are heading to the bear market with a 70% guarantee, okay? At the end of the day, guys, be bullish on yourself. That yields the most returns. Do your own research. Super, super important. I can be wrong. Many people are wrong all the time here, guys. This is just the space. Don't predict, react. And the most important thing is, don't get wrecked.